Yep, just started it right now. Hey, folks, we may not be on live with Les on the Facebook page because it's not showing up for some reason. My picture isn't anyway, but it's got a check mark. Can you check to see if it's on, Isaac? Maybe it is. It's just kind of weird looking here. It doesn't look like it normally does on the dashboard on the live with Les. Okay, okay, all right, great. We're going to have who's calling in or who we're going to bring on with Mark Trammell? Who is it? Stephen. So maybe Stephen A. Dare will be on with us. Maybe we'll see. And we're going to call my buddy Dwayne Allen here in a little bit. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your loved ones. And we got some folks that we're going to read that is helping us stay on the air. And for that, I'm immensely thankful. All right, let me talk, Isaac. Way. My friends, the Spencer family, Robe of White, written by the gal that did the lead there, Janice Spencer in Gold. Now, you may be familiar with Gold City's big hit version of that, but the Spencers had a hit version of that. Matter of fact, they were, I think, both duking it out for number one in the singing news charts at the same time. Both versions are great. Loving was with the Spencer family at the Spencer family reunion there in Manchester, Kentucky, a couple weekends ago, and they're just some of my favorite people in the world. Some of my favorite people in this world. Love them. Well, you know what? We always have the mid afternoon doldrums. Every Sharethon I've done for nearly 50 years. This afternoon, you're stemming that tide a little bit. It's not that that it's all crazy, um, but we got some things to read here and to put on the books, and man, I'm thankful for that. My goodness. And effective immediately, if you give anything until I stop this, until further notice, any amount, a dollar, $2, $5, $10, whatever, 20, 50, 100, 1,000, a million, whatever. You can choose a CD or a thumb drive while we got them, while they last, as long as I say, from folks like the Morrisons, Kellys, Brenda Rhodes, Jeff and Sherry Easter, Fields of Grace, Johnny Minnick, Faithful Crossings, Goodman Revival, yours truly, Old Time Preachers Quartet, Real Southern Gospel Quartet, Tim Menzies, Tim Livingston, Freeman's, Ben Rochester Family, Hoppers. What about it? Now, it's on you. You're not going to get it unless you tell us which group you want and if you want a CD or a thumb drive. Isaac will manage all of this, and we've got two of each from those artists, and as long as they last. But you have to donate something. And if you do it online, in the section where you can type in stuff to communicate to us, you got to tell us who and what, or you won't get it. If you call in, you got to tell us who and what and give us your address, or you won't get it. And the groups will give it to you. So don't, you can tell us if you haven't gotten it, and we'll get back with the groups, but we're not sending it. The groups are sending it to you. And it's effective immediately, anything that comes in from this moment on. And you can give it realsoutherngospel.com, click on the donate now button, and you can call us at 615-218-0517. And we can do it over the phone if you don't like doing that kind of thing online. And here is someone that says Williamson CD. I didn't say Williamson's, did I? I don't think we have Williamson's. I didn't say Williamson's, David. I'm so sorry. But they're on my label. We'll get you a Williamson CD. We'll make that happen. Hey, Isaac, get my song, My Bible, ready to play for My buddy Austin, who through John Hatchett sent me a note, and get something from Linda Randall, something from her hymn project, maybe. From Austin, it was great to meet you at NQC. Well, Austin, let me tell you, it was great for me to meet you at NQC. You blessed my heart. Still listening, he says. Please play some Linda Randall when you can. And I love your song, My Bible. God bless. Austin, we're going to play both of those for you in just a moment. And by the way, David gave $20, which in this time of doubling up, because of our friend Tim Collins, that means that 20 is a 40. Thanks to Tim Collins. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, David Whitlock from Sequim, Washington. Man, Isaac, what is it with Washington State the last 2 days? I think everybody in Washington State has done something for Real Southern Gospel Radio. I'm blown away by that. John Hatchett and Austin from Warner Robins, Georgia, $50. God bless you all. Then Leslie Cook from Venice, Florida, a $100 one-time gift. Man, all of this right there is great. Now, let's get an update, shall we? Tim Collins is giving a $1,000 match, and we are at $560. So he's got $440 more to match. Then when that happens, your 1,000 goes in with his 1,000 to make $2,000. Hallelujah. And when that happens, we are going to be a little over $300 away of having all of February funded, and we're marching into March boldly. Man, I'm pumped about this, boys and girls. Y'all are just blessing me today. And there's no summer doldrums going on right now. Oh, no. There's no such thing as that right now. Y'all are getting us hopping. It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget, effective immediately right now, moving forward till otherwise told, anything that you give, if you'll tell me if you want a CD or a thumb drive, we're gonna have them sent to you just because you gave some amount, whatever that amount is. I don't care what it is, just some amount. Doesn't have to be monthly, it can be one time. Doesn't have to be big, it can be small. Doesn't matter. But until I tell you otherwise, a CD or a thumb drive, you tell us what you want. It can be from the Morrisons, the Kellys, Brenda Rhodes, Jeff and Sherry Easter, Fields of Grace, Johnny Minnick, Faithful Crossings, Goodman Revival, yours truly, Old Time Preachers Quartet, Real Southern Gospel Quartet, Tim Menzies, Tim Livingston, Freeman's, Ben Rochester Family, Hoppers. We just got to hear from you. And you have to, now, if you don't tell us the artist and if you want a CD or a thumb drive, you're not going to get it because we can't run you down. You got to tell us when you communicate this. So when you go to realsoutherngospel.com and click on the donate now, you got to put in the group and what you want. And we'll communicate that to the group and they'll ship that to you. Now, if you call us, you just got to tell us the group and what you want. All right. So you can do it one of two ways. Go to realsoutherngospel.com, click on donate now, and add that to the note when you do your donation of any amount. Or when you call, give it to us. And that number is 615-218-0517. 615-218-0517. I think we got a call or two that's come in. We've got another one that's coming in online. Boy, the afternoon doldrums not happening today. Pardon me. Hold on. George, you got something to say about this?
Well, glory.
And the crowd is going wild at this. Praise his holy name. Man, thank the Lord. We're $440 away from a $1,000 match. That means $2,000 in total. I am just absolutely stoked and excited, friends. Thank you for all of that. Now, my friend Austin wanted to hear me sing my Bible and wanted to hear some Linda Randall. So who's first? Who's well, whatever you got. Who is it? Linda Randall. Oh, I love her rich, deep, thick, wide, textured alto tone. The girl can sing. Here she is, Linda Randall, on Real Southern Gospel Radio. If you know it, sing along with her. She's cool, man.
On your song, or are you coming back to me?
Not sure. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'll direct you. Hey there, friends. Online, good to see you. What a tone. What a tone. What a tone. What a tone. Okay, Dwayne Allen is at 2:30. Can you post on our social media? Be watching our social media channels for Dwayne at 2:30. 2:30 Central.
Minute to let you and your listeners know why I contribute to Real Southern Gospel Radio. My wife and I have always desired to contribute to works that lead souls to heaven. My wife, Cindy, is in heaven now, but I continue to make
Man, that's going to be powerful. I won't play that. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you, Lord, for that. Go ahead, you can go into mine, and then we'll come back. Yes, I want to use it. Yeah, we'll do that right after I talk to him at 2:30, and get up ahead. Get that ready.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. What pages are you putting it on? The Real Southern Gospel Facebook page, the Talent Agency page,
Yeah,
Butler Music Group page.
I don't have access to it.
Okay, I'm doing that. Live with Les page. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. You can come to me. And I think I've got a couple things over there you can get whenever. Here we go. Well, Austin, there you go, my friend. You wanted to hear me sing that song, and Linda Randall. Linda knocked it out of the park. I don't know that I did, but Linda sure did. But I hope you enjoyed me singing about my Bible. God bless you, Austin. It was such a pleasure to meet you at the National Quartet Convention. It really was. I want to say this. Tim Collins is matching up to $1,000, meaning when you give us up to 1,000, whether it's whether it's 10 of you doing $100 or 20 of you doing $50 or 1,000 of you doing $1, whatever it is. Whenever your contributions equal 1,000, he's going to match it and turn it into $2,000. So your money doubles, and that's $1,000. That's a lot of money. I don't take that for granted. I'm just anytime somebody does this for us, I'm stunned, and I have kind of a stunned look on my face, and I'm just stunned that someone would want to stand with us like that. And we've got $440 left before he kicks in that $1,000, which is going to happen here, and I think it's going to happen soon. And this is not an afternoon doldrum like all the other 46 years of doing this on stations all across the country. Y'all are really stepping up this afternoon. We've got a couple more folks that have dialed it in, but I want to play a call. He just called. Tim Collins just called, and I'm telling you, folks, please, whatever it is you're doing for the next minute and 37 seconds. That's how long this call is. For the next minute and 37 seconds, please stop what you're doing, and please just listen to this man. What he has to say, what is on his heart. Please stop, and please listen. And I think I strongly believe it will bless you as it does me. And I believe it will be a motivation for you as it is a motivation for me. So this just came in to the radio hotline, and I'm just going to play it the way he did it on the phone. Here's Tim Collins. He's the man that right now is doing the $1,000 match from Michigan.
Afternoon, Les. This is Tim Collins calling. I wanted to take a minute to let you and your listeners know why I contribute to Real Southern Gospel Radio. My wife and I have always desired to contribute to works that lead souls to heaven. My wife, Cindy, is in heaven now, but I continue to make contributions according to our agreed plan to serve the Lord with our money. I can't think of a better investment in which to put the money that the Lord has given to us than in a work that sees souls come to the Lord. I can imagine the Lord stopping Cindy on the streets of Gold and telling her that her husband made a contribution to Real Southern Gospel Radio from the money that I blessed you with, and that has resulted in souls being saved. She would probably say, I've never heard of Real Southern Gospel Radio. And God might respond, it's the church on the radio in spoken word and music. It's heard all over the world and the United States. Souls have been saved and saints edified from that ministry. When I call those saints home to heaven, I will introduce you to them. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Well, Les, that's just my imagination, but I don't think I've overstepped the teachings of scriptures. So I would encourage others to contribute as they have been blessed, even if it means digging.
Wow. Man, oh man. What do you say after something like that? Here we sit, trying to do what the Lord has put on our hearts to do. And then you get that. I'm telling you, it makes me want to swing over hell with a water pistol and squirt the devil. Whew. Boy, that motivates me, Tim. Oh, Brother Tim, how that motivates me to keep on keeping on. In spite of the naysayers, in spite of things that's going on that would be anti what I'm trying to do and all of that, in spite of all of it, sir, you have motivated me this afternoon. He said, what if the Lord told him about what Tim was doing and about Real Southern Gospel Radio? And she said, what's Real Southern Gospel Radio? I've never heard of that. And then the Lord responds, it's church on the radio. Oh my. I don't know that that's what happens every hour of the day, but it is my sincere desire that through real traditional Southern gospel music and singing and the real preaching you hear every hour and the real hymns, like you just heard Linda Randall sing, that we do every single solitary hour, that we in fact have church on our radio station 24 hours of every single solitary day in this world. Brother Tim, man, of everything that's happened in the last day and a half, money that's come in from folks, large contributions, little contributions, and all of the communications, and all of it. Let me tell you, you win the prize. That minute and 37 seconds was worth everything I've done for 4 years to be at this point on this day in this moment. Wow. Now I say to you, after hearing that, does that motivate you to join he and his wife who is in heaven, but because of the covenant that they made together to take some of the funds that the Lord blessed them with to put into ministries about seeing souls saved and lifting up the body of Christ and lifting up Jesus? Does that motivate you to join them and to join me and to join us to not only listen and reap the benefit of the blessing of what you hear every day, but to stand with us? Like Brother Tim and his sweet wife who's standing, and she ain't even here. She's in heaven. And we're here, and you're here. And we can stand. I put over $20,000 of my money to stand to start this thing in this, and you all are doing it to help it keep going. and I'm putting 30 hours plus a weekend for free and not getting a dime from it. And I am not complaining about that. I'm just stating facts. So you know that I too am sowing into this. Honestly, far more than anybody else. But doesn't that motivate you to just want to say, I got to stand with Tim Collins and what he just said? And his wife, who's not even here, that's standing with him. Praise God, I want to run around the house. Wow. Wow. And then on top of all that, here he is matching up to $1,000 on top of what you just heard, which what you just heard was worth way more than $1,000 to me. You can't stroke a check to equal what I just heard in a minute and 37 seconds. You can't stroke a check that high, because I wouldn't trade that minute 37 seconds because it's what this is about and what I've dedicated 62 and a half years of my life to. The gospel through preaching, singing, testifying, the hymns. Man, I need to put up a tent here in Smyrna and preach a tent revival tonight. Ain't no telling what could happen. Golly, Tim Collins, you have tore me up here this afternoon. Sir, I thank you. I thank your sweet wife, Cindy, who I don't know if the Lord will let her look over the portals of glory now and see what's going on or not. But I don't know. But I thank her anyway. And I thank the two of you. And thank you for this $1,000 matching donation. And if that doesn't motivate people to jump in and match with you, Brother Tim, I don't know, man. I can't. That's as strong, as powerful as I've ever heard. I'm even getting texts while I'm talking from other preachers that's heard this, and they're wanting to start a tent revival tonight. Wow. Was that powerful or what? My word. So he has $440 left to match, to turn all of that into $2,000 so we can keep right on doing what he says that we're doing, why he's supporting us, because of what we're doing. So here's the deal. You want to join them and join us and his wife, Cindy, in heaven? Do it now. And he's even going to do it one better. He's going to match your money for you up to another $440, and that's $2,000 for us. And that gets us then like $300 or so away from getting all of February funded, and we got to get through March, and we still got plenty of time for that. We need to get through April. I think that's going to happen. I believe that's going to happen as sure as I'm sitting in this chair. Here's how you do it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. I'm telling you, just in honor of his wife, Cindy Collins. She had to be a special lady. They had to be a special couple. For him to have that kind of dogmatic wherewithal to continue, even without her, to do what they covenanted together, to make sure that people that take Jesus to the world, salvation, and seeing people saved and Christ lifted up, to be sure that they had the means to continue to do that. They had to be a special people. And in honor of his wife, Cindy, let's finish up this $440 matching donation. And we'll go on to the next one, which the Lord has provided for us, yet another one after this. But let's do this one in honor of Cindy Collins, up in glory right now, and through her husband still doing work for the cause of Christ. Hallelujah. That's as powerful of a thing as I've heard in a long time. So here's how you do it. Go to realsoutherngospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button and donate any amount you want. I don't care what it is. put a note in there and say, this is for Sister Cindy in heaven, Brother Tim, and God bless them. And on top of that, on top of the fact he's going to double your money, if you will mention, because we're still doing this, we'll give you a free CD or a thumb drive for one of the artists that we just told you about that you could have. And put that in the notes section so we can get that to you on top of all of that. Morrison's, Brenda Rhodes, Fields of Grace, Faithful Crossings, yours truly, Old Time Preachers Quartet, Real Southern Gospel Quartet, Tim Menzies, Tim Livingston, Freeman's, Ben Rochester Family, Hoppers, Goodman Revival, Johnny Minnick, Jeff and Sherry Easter, Kelly's. You can also call. Leave your name. We'll call you back. We'll do the donation over the phone. 615-218-0517. Call right now. Let's get those monies doubled. Let's get February done, get into March, get through it, and into April. 615-218-0517. 615-218-0517. Or go to realsoutherngospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button. And put a note in there thanking Sister Cindy, Brother Tim. Tell us what you want CD, thumb drive wise. We'll get it to you. This is the greatest afternoon of a Sharethon I've ever experienced in my life. In 46 years of doing hundreds of these through multiple hundreds of days, the Lord is allowing this to be an extra special one today. And I'm thankful. Wow. Here's two that I haven't announced yet. We're going to announce them. I got some phone calls or a call or something, one or two calls that came in. We'll address that in a minute, so sit tight. Got some texts. Sit tight. Tonya Robinette, thank you so much, Brother Les, for playing real Southern gospel. I grew up on the Happy Goodmans and the Inspirations and still listen to them every day. In gratitude, I'm happy to support you each month and to send this $25. And she said Hopper CD. So we will get to work on the Hopper CD. And this $25 gift. God bless you, Tonya Robinette. Wow. I got to add that to our dollars here. I'll need to do some math here in a moment. We'll come back and give you an update on everything. Here's another one. This is Christine Markham. And Christine already gave a while ago, but here she is. I'd like a CD of whatever group has hymns CD. If not, send me the Old Time Preachers Quartet or Les Butler, okay? We'll make sure one of those happen. Sister Christine, thank you. $20 one-time gift there. Thank you for that. I got to get all of those dollars put in, see where we are on our match. And again, would you join Brother Tim, Sister Cindy in heaven as they join to do what he just did for Real Southern Gospel Radio? And join them. Do so at realsoutherngospel.com. Click on Donate Now or call 615-218-0517. 615-218-0517. We got calls, texts. I gotta get to work here, folks. So we're gonna play some music. Come back here in a little bit. My buddy Dwayne Allen's going to be with me here in a little bit. What we got next? Oh, boy. This ties into this phone call right here. I mean, this is a perfect tie-in. And this song blesses my soul, too. I don't know, between Tim and now this song, Brother Les may be doing some laps. It may be a while before you hear from me. Greater Vision. Let me say well done on this song. Greater Vision. Start with well done right here on Real Southern Gospel Radio. We need to hear from you. 615-218-0517 or realsoutherngospel.com. Click on Donate Now. Be blessed. Turn this up. Buddy, that's a rake if I ever heard one. Boy, this is such a great song. Such a great song. What a great song. Yeah. go grab this coming in.
Hello, Real Southern Gospel Radio. Okay. That's perfect. Yes, sir. Thank you. We can do it. I think that. Hello? Hey, can you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is it a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express? Okay, and everybody put it in. Okay, let me run through just the two middle sets of four. I have 2, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 4, 6, 5. I think I got it. 088. Okay, the expiration date and the security code back and your zip code and the full name on the card.
Hey, hit the mic for me.
Give me 1 second. I gotta get Les's mic here.
Oh, man, I told you. Wow. I'm so glad that the Lord's just showing up the way he's doing it this afternoon. When I get to heaven, it's not going to be, Brother Les, man, what about those diamond awards you won? It ain't going to be about that. Those diamond awards are going to be burning. It's not going to be about the March of Dimes broadcasting awards that I won. Producer of the year in songs and #1 songs and all of the stuff. It ain't going to be nothing about that. And that's not my motivation anyway, man. My motivation is to hear him say, well done. I don't know if I've done well enough to hear well done. Man, I'm going to try. And this is one of the avenues the Lord's given to me to try to do well. So I can hear well done. Preaching, oh yeah. Oh, I love to preach his word. Singing, oh yeah, I love to sing his word. Radio and the social media shows, all that. I love all of this. And when you do that kind of stuff, yeah, you're known. People know you. They know your face. They know your name. They know your voice and all of that stuff. It's wonderful. And it's great when people say something nice to you and support you and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, folks, it ain't about that. It's about hearing the Lord say, well done. And for those who've done well, you're going to hear well done. And Brother Tim, your wife, Cindy, I believe Sister Cindy's done her well done. I believe one day you're going to hear well done, not just for what you're doing with us and for us, but what I can sense in my spirit, who you are and what you do. It's about well done, folks. It's about hearing well done. It's about heaven. It's not about the nasty now and now. It's about the heavenly hereafter. Oh, my desire is to hear well done. And I thank you, the folks who have been supporting what we've been doing now for 3 years, for allowing me the opportunity to do things that I believe that may end up one day with a well done. Boy, thank you, Brother Tim, for starting revival in my soul here this afternoon. That's worth more than the $1,000 match. It's worth more. It's just worth more. You can't put a price on your relationship with the Lord and how he shows up in your life and does the things that he does and blesses you the way he blesses you. You can't put a price tag on it. And you've stirred that blessing in my soul today. I thank you, sir. Wow, what a powerful afternoon. So glad that call came in. Well, I think Isaac's been working on some calls. I think there's another call or two or text. I still haven't been able because I can't stop. I got to hear the song. I had to hear I just had to do what I'm having to do. I've had to have some church for a while and forget the business stuff. But I tell you what, we got to get back to business here. And as of now, I got to get what he's got. And plus, again, we got to do some more things that's happening here. But as of the last accounting, I'll say it like that, we are $395 shy of getting his $1,000 match done. So we've got $605 against that $1,000 match. And that's going to get us almost all the way through February. And we're going to be really close on that here in a little bit. Then we have another match, which will get us almost through March. And I believe we're going to go March plumb through April into May. I just do. To God be the glory. That's all I can say about all that. So here's how you can do it. You want to stand with Brother Tim, Sister Cindy, who's in heaven. Go to realsoutherngospel.com, click on donate now, and do it. And any amount. Excuse me. And for those of you that's on Facebook Live, yes, you're seeing snot run down my face. It'll be all right. You've seen worse in your life. Amen. Ain't nothing better than a saintly snot. Hallelujah. Don't you love it when the Lord just stirs things up? Man. So anyway, I don't know what I was saying. I've been busy worshiping. Time to get back to business. So here's how you do it. realsoutherngospel.com. Click on the donate now button. And give anything you want. And until further notice, until I tell you otherwise, you just tell us what you want. We'll give you a CD or a thumb drive. We won't. They will mail it to you. The artist will. From the Morrisons, Brenda Rhodes, Fields of Grace, Faithful Crossings, yours truly, Old Time Preachers Quartet, Real Southern Gospel Quartet, Tim Menzies, Tim Livingston, Freeman's, Ben Rochester Family, Hoppers, Goodman Revival, Johnny Minnick, Jeff and Jerry Easter, Kelly's. And in the notes section, just say which group you want, if you want a CD or a thumb drive, until I say otherwise, till I hit the stop button. 615-218-0517. You can 17 615-218-0517. You can leave your name and we'll call you back and get all that information rolling. But we're $395 shy of being able to match that $1,000 from Tim Collins. Then we're on to another match. To God be the glory for great and mighty things he is doing this afternoon. Again, you're looking at a thankful man if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube. By the way, I'm going to call my buddy Dwayne Allen here in just a minute and talk to him about some real Southern Gospel Quartet singing. And then we got somebody else we're going to try to bring in here in a little bit too. All right. I think we got maybe some texts and calls that we got to address. So let's play a song or two. What's next? Then we got to get Dwayne. Oh, son. The McBrides, my bluegrass buddies. Look here. Patty Graham brought this to me. I was preaching somewhere, preaching and singing somewhere. And she came from Ohio to egg us on. And she brought me this little hammer here because of the song Hammer On. And that song stirred me on one of the one of the programs we did, and I just went off on a Holy Ghost tangent for about a half hour. And anyway, uh, she brought me this little hammer, and I keep it here with me all the time as a reminder. When the naysayers come and I get the emails about, well, you crazy, man, we're going to stop and you do things, blah, blah, blah. I grab that hammer and just say, that's all right, we'll hammer on. So let's hear the song that stirred all that. The McBride family, Hammer on Real Southern Gospel Radio.
And Clarence Steele, and I've already got his song request in the log. He wants the primitives. He's still passing by.
Good one. Okay.
Can we play right after the song?
Yeah.
That guy that called me.
Okay.
Hey, Brother Roland, this is Isaac playing phone tag. Just call me back whenever you can. I don't know if I'll be able to answer or not if we do the middle of the song, but I'll be back as soon as I can. If you up. Number 615-788-9280. Again, 615-788-9280.
I just sent you another one. Can you jot down a number and call this lady back? She didn't leave a voicemail, but I got her number. 864. Hold on just a second.
492
I think her name is Rebecca. Is still passing by.
not going to report to you. Okay, yeah, and we can change it whenever you want. Well, yeah, he used to. We've actually hired a new guy. Yeah, Dave Holker. Yeah. Yeah, we've moved to him now for everything else. Okay. New one live from the live one. Do you have that one yet? Okay, all right. We'll pick one and send it to you. Let me. I gotta. Okay. Well, I'll do some. Yeah. Well, one of ours. While I'm. Is that all one word? Okay. We'll get that mailed out for you. Oh, we are? Okay. Yeah, that was over there for the. Okay. Yes, but attorney, get this to Les and we'll. I don't know if you were there with that kid.
Hey, Dwayne, I'm sorry I'm late, buddy. Okay. Okay. We've got just super slammed into. Give me just a minute here. Well, I tell you what, hold on, hang tight. A song's getting ready to end, and I'll be able to bring you on.
Yeah.
So hang tight, hang tight.
We're doing next month. Well, brother Ernest. Well, I'm sorry, but I do have to run because we got Dwayne Allen here on the phone, and he's about to come in on the station. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. God bless you.
What about it there? That's the Lore family, their latest here on Real Southern Gospel Radio. And I think, I don't know, man, it's insane in this place right now. I think I may have Dwayne Allen on the phone with me. Dwayne, are you there?
I'm here.
All
And
right. Buddy, thank you for hanging out here.
Well, it's great to be on your big day here, the last day of your big promotion.
Yeah.
And real Southern gospel music. Wow, man. You've had a great year, haven't you?
We have. God has been very good to us, Dwayne Allen. He sure has. Yep. Very good.
You know, God is good all the time. We have to just recognize that. He's going to be good to us no matter what we do for him. He's going to be good to us. And you've been great to gospel music. I've heard you introduce a lot of great gospel artists on your station. And I remember listening to the Inspirationals from Texas.
Yeah.
And wow, you did some great music from the Inspirationals. I grew up in Texas.
Yeah.
And the Inspirationals were some of my heroes. I remember those guys, man, Roger McDuff, George Walden, Bob Wills, and Big John Hall were members of the Inspirationals at that time. And I remember listening to them and playing their music when I got my radio show working my way through college. I loved the Inspirationals.
Man, well, thank you for that little commercial there. And I agree with you. They were great back then, and I've got music by them during the time that you're talking about, that you were on the air. And I'm telling you, this new Inspirationals Quartet of Texas, they've picked up the mantle and they're running with the ball, Dwayne.
And they've got some of the best singers that are in gospel music right now.
Yeah.
John, the tenor singer, is one of the very best. He's one of the very best tenor singers in our whole business.
Yes, sir.
And if you've got a Wills family in that group, you're going to have a singing group.
Yeah, that's true.
The Wills family were some of my very, very best friends. And in fact, the very first record I ever recorded, the first album that I ever did was with the Wills family. I was singing with the Southerners out of Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
And we did that with the Wills family.
Wow.
And it's we go way back. Lou and Howard Wills were two of my dearest friends. I knew all the Wills family. I could go through and name all of them. But the latest edition of the Wills family that are in the Inspirationals now, they're carrying on the tradition.
They are.
And the tradition of the Wills family is quality, great quartet music, great singing, picking great songs. And they'll always be great as long as they've got some Wills family involved with them.
Buddy, that's true. The two boys carrying it on, that's Ron, the baritone, and Don, his brother, that sings bass. You're right. If it's Wills, it's quality.
Aren't they both Bob's sons?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yes, I thought they were. Yeah. And I just think it's great that they're carrying on that tradition. I've known since they were little boys and watched them all grow up, and to hear them sing now and to hear that quality in their voices, just thrills me.
And you know what? We're blessed to have your group doing a Christmas song with them. And by the way, Dwayne, just so you know, end of next week, I'll have three different mixes for you to listen to, and we'll just talk about it. And it's sounding great, man. I'm pumped to have you all sing one of the Christmas songs with them on their new Christmas album.
Oh, it was a thrill. It was just a thrill to get to sing with them. John, the tenor singer, has been a friend of mine for quite some time. And when I heard he was going with the Inspirationals in Texas, I thought, man, they are stepping up their game. And
yeah,
because he is one heck of a tenor singer.
Yeah.
And when I heard all of the other members of that group sing, they are serious about becoming one of the top groups in the country.
Yeah.
They've always been good, but for many years they just sang, in the Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma area, and they stayed mainly in that area.
Yeah.
But this group, they can sing with anybody.
Yes, sir.
And they're really good. I enjoyed doing our Christmas song with them, and it was an honor to be asked to sing with them.
Well, I'll holler at you then next week, and we'll do some listening together. And I'm excited for you to hear it. That's for sure.
I'll be home.
Good. I'll holler. Maybe we can go break a little bread and listen to some great music together.
That sounds good. I've got one day that I've got to spend a full day of promoting our new album. I'm not sure what day it is. I believe it's the 23rd. Otherwise, first part of the week, I'm wide open.
Okay, buddy. Well, listen, one other thing, too. I know that we just got the Ernie Hosson Signature Sound, that Live from Memphis thing, and you were a part of that. And, man, tell me a little bit about what you all did, a song that you wrote. Talk to me about that. I'm going to play it here in a minute.
Ernie has been one of my dearest friends for a long time. And when George and Glenn passed away and went on to their next home, Ernie and I spent a lot of time on the phone, and I can't say that I mentored him because we're too close as friends. We just called on each other, and he asked me a lot of questions, and we spent a lot of time on the phone, and I encouraged him to follow his dreams and just pray to God for direction. And he told me several years ago, he said, one of these days I want to record He Did It All for Me. And I just, I kind of put it off to the side. I remembered him telling me that. But then last year he called me and he said, I've got the perfect place that I want to record He Did It All for Me. And he said, you remember when we've done a few videos and we did one where George came out and sang with us? He said, I want you to do the same thing, but I want to do it when we're doing a video, and I want to do it at the National Quartet Convention that they're having now in Memphis. Can you come over and do that with us? Well, I called our office and I blocked out that week, and our office manager forgot to block it out. So we had 3 days booked in that week, and it started getting close to that week, and I called down to the office and I said, I just got a date sheet and those dates are booked in. There are 3 dates booked. And I said, I'm going to be in Memphis on that weekend. And our guy in our office said, oh man, I forgot to write that in. Let me see what I can do. So we got those 3 dates moved to another weekend. And I went over to Memphis and I spent all weekend at the hotel there, just mainly meeting with and enjoying the company of a bunch of gospel music friends and fans that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I sat and watched every group that sang on that Saturday night program. And the promoter had a box up in the second floor where I could just sit up there and drink iced tea and cold water, and I never moved. I watched 5 different groups back to back sing, and then it was time for intermission. I never moved. I listened to every group, every song, and then I left to go backstage and listen to Ernie and Signature Sound because they were doing a video of their entire concert on the last half, and they had several guests, but I was one of those guests that they were going to bring out. But I enjoyed watching and listening to Gold City and Mark Trammell's group, and I just one after another. The Blackwood brothers, Billy Blackwood has been one of my dearest friends. I mean, we go to Cracker Barrel and eat, and you know, he struggled to keep that Blackwood name alive, and he asked a million questions, and he lives there in Hendersonville where we live.
Yeah.
And I've loved Billy since as far back as I can remember. And we are just really, really close friends. I just love him. And he has become such a great leader of the Blackwood Brothers Quartet. And he's got a really good group right now.
Sure does.
And I enjoyed watching them. They're part of the program on Saturday night. And I saw all 5 groups that did the first half of the program, and then went backstage and watched Ernie and Signature Sound, and waited for the chance to go out and sing with them. He did it all for me, and that was a real blessing for me. And I had no idea what would happen. I didn't know how it would be received with the people, but they were very good to me, and I really needed it. It came at a time in my life that I've been through a pretty traumatic year.
Yes, sir.
And that came at a time that I needed to feel that. And it was so special. And I think probably Ernie captured that with this particular taping of that show. And I recommend that everybody get that video of Ernie Haas and Signature Sound. And not just for me, but that entire taping, I think, took on a very special feel to it that you can't manufacture it. It just happens.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I haven't heard the whole thing, Dwayne, but I've heard bits and pieces. Their radio single is just absolutely fantastic, and I heard your part and a couple other things, and I certainly agree with you. It is a great piece of work. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it right now. I thank you for your time, which is a precious commodity, and you've been a good friend to me, and I hope I've been a good friend to you. And we're going to play you and Ernie Haas doing that great song that you wrote back in the '60s, right?
That's right. I had a co-writer, Mr. Sager Powell, and it's just one of those songs that it just won't go away. People keep bringing it up, and it keeps getting recorded. And it's one of those songs that I think probably it's in a lot of hymn books across the country, and people just keep recording it. And I thank God that this one came through my life, and that I could share, especially that second verse, because that second verse I wrote totally. That is my testimony, and the rest of the song was co-written by Sager and me, and I feel like it kind of exemplifies how I feel about my walk with Jesus Christ.
Well, I'll say this: the title sure is the truth. He did do it all for you and for me. He did.
Yes, he did.
Dwayne, I love you, my friend. God bless you. We're going to play it. You go back to your day and tell the boys I said hello.
I love you too, Les. Anytime you want me to talk or visit with me or breaking your bread, you just give me a call.
You can count on it. You'll hear from me next week.
Okay, Les.
All right. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
My buddy Dwayne Allen, let's listen to him sing with Ernie Haason's signature sound, a song he wrote back in the 60s. It was true then, it's true today. He did do it all for you and for me. Yeah, you do that. Okay, can you jot down this number and call that young kid, that Austin Tidwell, and go through the list of what he can have and jot down what he wants. There's the list if you don't have it handy. Here's
He's already donated. He just wants.
Yeah, and he didn't say what it was. So here you go. 478-444-34. Excuse me, 3423. Sing it. Sing it, Dwayne. That's great. Wow, there's hands down the best afternoon we've ever had. That's the best one I've ever done on the radio. For me. Buddy, that is a good song. Dwayne, you did good, my brother. Really good. What? What happened? Oh, see how that happens? Where here goes the music at the beginning of those bits goes boom. Well, you can't do anything about it, but moving forward, all that's got to be up. Oh, I'm an acorn. Oh, I love it. Oh, Joe, buddy, golly, I miss you. Oh, what a song this is. Oh, it's straight and narrow, but it leads to a better home. It was laid by Christ one day at Calvary. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. And let's see. I, I do it with some configuration of some kind somewhere where we don't have a bass, and it's I think I just do the lead. I kept the lead going myself. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got one of the inspirationals. I got John singing "There's Nothing Like Knowing Jesus."
Well, that's a good one. Right on.
Are you
That's
coming
it.
back after this?
That's the one. Yeah.
Are you coming back after this song?
Yeah. Sing it, Richard.
We can play and then go into a commercial break because we haven't done one in a long time.
That's fine. Am I talking now? Okay. Well, boys and girls, you just heard real, sure enough, bug eye, biscuit eating, gravy sopping, eyeball popping out, vein popping out. No doubt about it. Can't argue it. No debate. Real traditional Southern Gospel Quartet singing. For my friends, the Oaks right there. Richard doing all of that. And then Joe up in the rafters. And William Lee Dwayne doing their thing in the middle. And then before that, that was my friend Joe, whom we miss greatly. We talked all the time, man. We talked all the time. And he was such a supporter of what we are about. Oh man, such a supporter. And that was him talking about about me, and I'm one of the few what they call an official acorn. And yeah, I'm in their book of the whole 9 yards, and by the way, I am the way that I am in front of this camera and on the air around them the exact same way. I'm the same guy. Preach, testify, snort, shout, and hang out, and eat pizza, and tell stories with them, and they tell me stories. Just the same old guy, man. And they love that about me. And you know what? They're that with me. It's just it's the way it is. And I know maybe some of you think that sure is an unusual relationship. Well, I don't know what you think. I'm sorry, but but it's the way it is, and I love them, and they love me, and that's the way it's going to be. It rhymed. There's probably a song in that somewhere. Okay, so while all of that was going on, and by the way, I'm going to break bread with Dwayne next week. That's going to happen, like what we were talking about, if the Lord allows us to tarry till then. And man, it was great to produce that Christmas song on them and Inspirationals Quartet of Texas. And he was talking about half of our time together was him talking about the Inspirationals Quartet of Texas, not at my prompting. He just ran off on it. As soon as I said, "Hey, Dwayne, how you doing?" "Well, let me tell you about the Inspirationals Quartet of Texas." I'm like, "Do it." And I'm going to play something that features John Rulapaw, who he talked about glowingly here in just a little bit. But we've had some folks step up here, and man, it's been a great afternoon. Hands down, the greatest doldrum afternoon ever in any Sharethon, and so I'm thankful for that. So here is an anonymous one for $50 that I'm thankful for from a good friend, and I appreciate that. So there is 50 that was matched. That was matched by Tim Collins. And here's my friend Clarence Deal. And we played his song for him, didn't we, when Jesus passed by? All right, Brother Clarence, I hope that blessed you. It's one of my favorite Primitive Quartet songs, too, my friend. And a $200 one-time gift. I'm giving you this right there, Brother Clarence. God bless you for that. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Elizabeth Keene from North Tazewell, Virginia. A $100 one-time gift. Amen. Thank you all. Oh, it said anonymous. I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. I didn't see that. Forget I just said who that was. I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. My mistake. My mistake. I apologize. Don't hold it against me. Thank you for that $100 gift. It's a blessing. Now, let me make sure that I'm not, let's see here. Over there. I think I can say this one without fear or trembling. Manchester, Kentucky. Steve Cottrell. Brother Steve. Hi, Les. Sorry I didn't get to meet you at the Shaping Clay Jubilee singing. I was going to try talking to you on Friday night, but I could see you were very, very busy. And I was, but I wish you'd have come over, Steve. Didn't know you would not be there Saturday. I was there till about 3 o'clock Saturday. He says, I'm joining the 2% Club in November. Well, God bless you, Steve. But he says, for now, here's a $100 one-time gift. Thank you, Steve, for that. God bless you. God bless Real Southern Gospel Radio, he says. Steve, thank you for that. And in November, we'll be looking for that, and we would appreciate that. We'd love to have you in that top 2% club. So here's the deal. Here's what's going on. Are you ready for this? Brother Tim Collins, we've met the match. So he's throwing his $1,000 in, and now that means we are $683 away from getting all of February funded, and headed as soon as that happens, we're going to be 60% of the way through March, or about 70% of the way through March. Yeah. Buddy, we're close, man. $683. And you know what? I've got another match of $1,000. And this from my good friend, and he's on the advisory board of Real Southern Gospel Radio, my friend Jim Cumby. Jim is the man that brought me to Nashville to do what I am doing almost 30 years ago. Now, I've been doing it for almost 50 years. I was doing it in Chicago and then in Florida. But in the last almost 30 years, he brought me here and to run the real what was then the Solid Gospel Radio Network. And then he sold to Salem Communications, and then he remained in their employ, but in another division. And then that division ended up buying the Singing News magazine. He brought me in there to be director of business operations, as well as a Solid Gospel Radio Network. And then through various things, I ended up being the publisher and running both the Singing News magazine and Solid Gospel Radio Network. And all of that happened because of one Mr. Jim Cumby. And we've remained close since then. And he now has his own company and doing a great job with what he's doing. And if you need to buy or sell a business, that's what the man does through his company, Tennessee Valley Group. You can go to tnvalleygroup.com to get some more information. He's smart, knows what he's doing, and he can help you in that regard. But he's on our board the advisory board for Real Southern Gospel. And I'm honored is quite an understatement, that he is on that board and a part of what we're doing, and a good friend. And on top of that, donating $1,000 for a match. And so here we go. And we are $683 away from, I feel like maybe that is wrong in some way. Yeah, I'm going to double. All my math has been right up until I think right now. And I think I'm a little off on something here. So let me work on that. We're somewhere between 300 and some and 600 and some dollars away. I'm going to nail that down and get back to you here in just a minute. But once that happens, we're going to be through February and well into March and almost through March. And we still got almost 4 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes. I think we're going to go through April, which was what I really, that was my desire, and it's and really kind of a need. But I've been saying March is a worst case, and I truly think March is going to happen, and I think we're going to do April, and I'm blessed in that regard. And so here we go again, a way to double your money and to be a double blessing to Real Southern Gospel Radio. And here's how you can do it. Go to realsoutherngospel.com, click on the Donate Now button, and give any amount. One-time gift, monthly gifts, all of that is up to you. One-time, monthly, you tell me. And while you're at it, too, you can also get a free CD or thumb drive that we're going to have one of the groups mailed to you, that you can be blessed by anytime as you're driving, whatever. Want to hear some of that special music, then it's going to be the top-notch stuff, and you will be blessed by it. And that's for a donation of any amount. And then on top of that, your donation is doubled. So you're talking about everybody winning. Man, oh man, win, 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 win. We love it when that happens. So do it two ways. realsoutherngospel.com, click on the Donate Now button, or you can call 615-218-0517. 615-218-0517. realsoutherngospel.com, hit the Donate Now button. And then, by the way, this is it. This is the last day. Let's end strong. Man, we've had an incredible, absolutely amazing afternoon and day, for that matter, and yesterday. Let's not limp across the finish line. Let's just bolt like we're doing right now, bolt through it. These last 4 hours, let's fund this thing into next year, into 2026. I mean, just keep it rolling. And if we could do that, even do more, all that's going to do is give us the seed to grow and to do other things, bigger, better things for the cause of Christ and for real traditional Southern gospel music, like you've been hearing all day and like you hear all day, every day, 24/7. Yes, next month. Know what's going on next month? This. There you go. Thank you, Isaac. For example, here's a perfect example. If we can get the additional funding rolling all the time, we will do things like what's going to happen next month. And that is, and I had to fund some of this on my own because we didn't have the funding. But the way this is going, and you're starting to really stand up with us here, these are the kind of things we could do more of. And that is, November is going to be Cathedral Quartet Month. Now, listen to all of this. The reason we're doing it in November and this year is that this is the 60th anniversary of them turning from going from the Cathedral Trio into the Cathedral Quartet. When Glenn hired George, they became a quartet. And as they say, the rest is history. And this is the 60th anniversary. So we have hundreds of songs we've put into the system by the cathedrals, many of which we've had to get off of vinyl. And you know how vinyl is. It's vinyl. You know, you got your scratching, your popping, and all of the stuff and the hissing and all of that. So at my expense, not through the Real Southern Gospel bank accounts and all that, through my personal expense, mine and my wife did this. We have paid to get that cleaned, digitally cleaned. And these songs sound like they were recorded yesterday. And all month long in November, you're going to hear those songs that many of you've never even heard. Those of you that are hardcore, diehard fans may have heard them many decades ago, and you've never heard them sounding this good. Then on top of that, we've got 150 interview pieces that we've done, many of which came from my own microphone, from decades of being around them and traveling with them and getting interviews from everywhere from Chicago, Illinois, down to Orlando, Florida, in all parts in between. And we're bringing those to you, some of which you've never heard, and stories from their producer, Vic Clay, that I brought into my studio right here with me. And this was about a year before he died. And he loaded me up with Glenn's stories, George's stories, Mark's stories, Danny's stories, other guys from the group, stories about songs, stories about albums they recorded, and personal stories, and on and on and on and on and on it goes. All month long, friends. And then on top of all that, because I'm blessed to have some relationships that the Lord has allowed me to have, got a hold of Glenn's son, Todd, and we're going to get some cathedral memorabilia, and we're going to do a contest where somebody's going to win some Cathedral Quartet genuine memorabilia. And I'm talking about personal stuff, not like, oh, here's a record and all that. I'm talking about personal stuff. That's the month of November. If I can get the extra funding for that kind of stuff, we will keep that kind of stuff coming your way all the time. And I just simply think that puts us on a completely different realm than, I don't know, anybody else. And I don't mean that braggadociously. It's just that surely you can sense it by now. My passion for this is insane. And the Lord is just directing this. He birthed it. He's directing it. He is growing it. He's allowing it to happen. And there's something to this. I hate to kind of say it like this, but it's really kind of the only way it comes to my mind. It feels like it's a movement, as you hear maybe in political realms from time to time. That's what it feels like to me, like it's a movement. And then you've got like the Inspirations winning every award you can in the Singing News Fan Awards and packing buildings. And they are as real and traditional as it gets. 4 singers, a piano player banging on the ivories, and every once in a while you hear a bass guitar note being played. I mean, it is as traditional as it can get. About the only thing maybe more traditional might be the Chuck Wagon Gang. Maybe. I don't know. And even they're in a resurgence right now. I'm telling you, I don't know if movement's the way to look at it or to say it, but that's just kind of what it feels like to me. And you all that are funding this, whether you know it or not, you're a part of that. If it's a movement, you're part of it. You're part of that movement. You are fueling the movement. And I would say, let's not stop. I just think that there's some good things that's coming from all of this that for the glory of God. And I just believe that. Join us. If you haven't already, do it now. And my friend Jim Cumbie is going to match your money right now, every penny, up to $1,000. And again, I say, thank you, Jim. I appreciate it, my friend. We're going to have to break bread very soon so I can shake your hand. Thank you personally. But here's how you do it. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button, and anything you do up to $1,000, he's going to double. That includes $1. That includes $10, $20, $50. Doesn't matter. I'm not giving you the increment. You pray about it and you do it. Then we're on our way. Okay? And you can call me, 615-218-0517, 615-218-0517. Call me. Friends, we are we're between $300 and something and $600 something away. I got to go revisit my math. And we'll do that, play some songs, and come back and give you an update. But we're almost through February. And when we get into March, we're 70% of the way done with March because of the monthly funds that are sitting there waiting to take care of that month. We're so close, friends, with 3.5 hours to go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Let's do this. And just blow by not only March, but blow by April. Let's do it. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on Donate Now or 615-218-0517. Okay? All right, what's next? Yeah, Inspirationals Quartet of Texas, John Rulapal. There's nothing like knowing Jesus. And by the way, there's nothing like knowing Jesus. Here they are, Inspirationals Quartet. Need to hear from you, folks. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on Donate Now. 615-218-0517.
You didn't add this to your thing yesterday because we weren't quite sure. He's already doing 35 a month. He said he couldn't figure out how to update it, so he's just going to do 2. This is his addition to it. So that's another thing.
Yeah, I got to do some math here. No, I don't. Did you get a hold of that kid? Okay, we'll take care of it. Okay.
Yeah, it was easiest for her to just send Matt like gift cards.
That's what I thought. Okay.
She's like, I can do it, but if I make a mistake, and I said, easiest for you. She said, just find out how much it is going to be, and
Okay.
send one you, one him.
If you want any of that conversation, we can. And if you want any of that conversation with Wayne, we can put it on there.
Gosh, yeah. Every bit of that. We'll use it for inspiration. Yeah, go ahead. I am starting to get hot now that you mention it.
Just a reminder, I'm going into a commercial break. I'll give you more time.
After this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Austin, just sit me. Sit. Call me.
All right, go ahead.
The Gospel Harmony Boys are coming to Stones River Baptist Church in Smyrna, Tennessee on Saturday, October the 19th. Their name has been synonymous with gospel music for over a half-century.
Hey, this is Real Southern Gospel
124
Radio.
marks 72 years
Yeah,
sharing the
let's
gospel in
send
song.
me your number.
Pastor
So we can try
Tony
calling the
Schmidt,
station.
Stones River Baptist Church, would like to invite you to come and enjoy music of great gospel music and wonderful Christian fellowship with the Gospel Harmony Boys. Now, there is no admission charge or ticket fee. And the doors open at 5:30 with the
Okay.
concert starting
Well, God bless you, man.
7 p.m. Central Time. That's Saturday evening, October the 19th, Stones River Baptist Church at 361 Sam Goodman Parkway East in Smyrna, Tennessee. For information, go to gospelharmonyvoice.org or call 615-920-2328. Again, 615-920-2328. Would you like to add your name to the list of folks who are standing with me to help make real Southern gospel music great again? Fans of real Southern gospel music like Larry Petrie, Stephen Morgan, First United Methodist Church of Wetumpka, Oklahoma, Gary Lee, Linda Lobby, Living with Four, Getaway Music, Lonnie Wilkerson, and many others. Maybe you'd like to adopt a dog each month in honor of your spouse, parent, grandparent, or some other special person in your life. Or maybe highlight the day and the full name on the card. Well, you can honor them while helping me to make real Southern gospel great again. We need 30 fans to step up.
Is that REBBCCA?
Call me.
Okay, I got it, Mr. Beck. Is there anything that you want us to play? Specific song?
615-218-0517. Or email me at les@butlermusicgroup.com. That's les@butlermusicgroup.com. Let's get you signed up and on the air today. Real Southern Gospel Radio.
Okay, yes, ma'am. We'll get that. We love you.
We play what the world needs to hear.
Yeah, that's why we're doing what we're doing, and we're thankful for the reception. It's a louder cry than we thought was there. So we're thankful for everybody who was able to reach, everybody who loves the station. I think they are, especially after the installations stuff the awards. Well, amen, Mr. Bacon. Well, I got to get back to it, being the engineer. So I'll get this to Les, and again, we thank you. Thank you. Well, amen. You're delivering the actual mail, and we're delivering the news to people. So, well, amen, Miss Rebecca. Well, you have a good rest of the day. God bless you. I got the wrong number. I have these two stacks here. These two unknown numbers on the paper.
Yeah.
And I called Rebecca, but I mean, I got her donations. 101 time.
Okay.
You coming back after this? I'll get something ready.
Get something ready. Yeah, my brain's ready to explode.
Light that always shines. Light that always shines. In this heart of mine. In this heart of mine. Yeah, I got something ready because I got to call Austin anyway. Oh, before I do, she said she wanted a song, so I'll get that queued up for whenever you can say something about it. Yes, I'm feeling, Lord, I'm feeling mighty fine.
Hi, this is Glenn Payne of the Cathedral Quartet. Stay tuned to this great radio station.
Bruce at any particular time you need.
So he's ready anytime.
Yeah, when do you want me to tell him?
I can't tell you my name right now. Just tell him to hang tight.
Sure, comma, I will try to answer. Period. There's no telling what's going to happen with Sharethon. So I may or may not be able to answer. If I can't for any reason, please send me your address and the scene that you will want to. Period. Thanks.
Okay, let me talk.
This is the one that Rebecca White asked for.
Okay.
The one that you haven't announced her gift yet. So
Give for all he's done, ready. Okay. The McCameys. You can have those new rivers. I'll just take the old stream. Hold on. George has something to say.
Well, glory.
Yeah. I'm with you, George. Give me the old string. Old George testifies and preaches on a bit that he does that Isaac just produced it this past week. That's going to be playing in November. And golly, I loved it. It blessed my soul. And no, let's keep it for November. I'm going to tease you. Be listening in November, and George Johnson is just simply going to preach. And I don't know why. It wasn't necessarily about the old stream, but hearing that song made me think of what George was talking about. Anyway, it's great, and you'll love it. And this month of November is just going to be, it's going to blow your mind. It is. It is. I believe it's going to be, I'll look back on it as the best piece of work that I've been able to orchestrate and be a part of in any way, shape, form, or fashion in my nearly 50 years of doing this. That's how pumped I am about this. Now, back to business. This is by far not even close. There is no doldrum of any kind going on right now. As I just told Isaac, he asked me something a while ago, and I said, Isaac, I can't even tell you my name right now. So, Isaac, whatever that was, don't forget it because I'll answer it. But here we go. Roland Smith, a $200 one-time gift. Hallelujah. Let me do that right there. Thank you, Roland Smith. God bless you. Need that. Then we've got, yeah, that's good. We're going to have Stephen Adair, the Mark Trammell Quartet at 4 p.m. Central Time. That's going to be good. We love the Mark Trammell Quartet. Ernest Gorig from, and I'd say, hey, do you know how to say it? Pennsylvania, his town? Well, I do say it right then. I think that's how I say it. Maybe it's another town that I have to say all the time I mess up, but Zillionople. Yeah, I think that's what I say, Pennsylvania. And he is, man, wow, $50 a month. And he already gives monthly. This has been, this really has been some couple days. I'm going to have to take this weekend to process some of this. I'm going to be driving to Mississippi to host Unity 4's homecoming, and Dixie Echoes are going to be there. And I think I'm playing for Unity 4. And of course, I don't know anything about playing for Unity 4, but I understand I'm playing for Unity 4. So that's going to be fun. So in my drive, and it will be fun, by the way, I'm looking forward to that. In my drive to Mississippi, I'm going to maybe just like turn everything off and just simmer in the last 2 days and see if I can get some alone time with the Lord and see what he's got going on. Because right now I just feel like I'm holding on to a tiger by the tail, as the old song goes from Buck Owens back in the 60s. You know, I wasn't always saved, and neither were you, just so you know. But you know, I got a tiger by the tail. It's plain to see that one. Anyway, oh, brother Les is nuts. I got to figure out what's going on, and I think the Lord's just. I know He's up to something, and I don't want to mess it up. It's always my fear when I sense like the Lord is up to something that I'm gonna mess it up. But Ernest, $50 more a month. Bless your soul. Rebecca White. She wanted to hear McCamey's The Old Stream. Rebecca White. I have listened to that song throughout the years. And there have been times when the Lord just did what He did for me a while ago, and you just see me just worship and snot and pray and testify and preach and sing and just worship. That song brings worship to the table, and I'm glad that you requested it. And $100 one-time gift, Rebecca. Bless you. And then look at this. Bob Reniger already gives monthly, and he just added $30 more a month, and he already gives monthly. Are y'all hearing all of this? Very thankful. Just very, very, very thankful. So here we are. We are now $303 away from having all of February paid for and 70% of March paid for, because we've got your monthly fees or funds over there in March waiting for us. And that's taking care of about 70% of all expenses right out of the gate. But we're $303 away now. So we need 6 of you to do $50 one-time gift, and maybe one of you do it as a $53 gift. Is that you? Is that you? Can you do it and get February completely done? And then we're 70% of the way through March. And we still have 2 hours and 19 minutes. And I believe we're going to get through April. I believe we're going to go through April. I believe that. Hallelujah. My. What a blessing. I'm just a bit stunned. Let me tell you how you can contribute. We'll just keep going. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button. And when you do, whatever it is you give, my friend Jim Cumby is going to get his calculator out and hit the ×2 button. And so if you give 50, he's giving 50. That's 100. If you give 100, he's giving 100. It's 200. If you give $5, he's giving 5. It's 10. Come on. Let's take him up on that and double everything up through the rest of the. And by the way, I've got another one behind me that's going to double things up. Friends, we can blow through the summer of 2025 if we just get serious here with these other folks that's standing and helping us in such a huge, huge way. My friend Rick Dino has really stepped up, and we're going to end our Sharethon with his, and it is powerful, man. Let's hurry up and get this last $303 out of the way for February. We'll be 70% done through March. And then with the rest of Mr. Cumby's matching funds and Rick Dino's, if we can match them all, we'll be into the summer of 2025 and or through April. And I'll take some of these funds to create some special things such as we have done for November at my expense, which is fine, with the cathedrals for the entire month. Man, it's special stuff that's going on. And I want to do more. I want to do it bigger and better for the glory of God and to bless you all. So, RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button and donate any amount. It's going to be multiplied ×2. And on top of that, tell us which group that you want. Do you have that list handy? the giveaways. We're giving away some CDs and thumb drives to anybody that's donating right now until I say no. And you can choose from the Morrisons. Man, they are some kind of special family. Brenda Rhodes, Fields of Grace, you love them. Faithful Crossings, you know you love them. I don't know if you love me or not, but you can have one of those CDs if you'd like. One of mine, Old Time Preachers Quartet, Real Southern Gospel Quartet, Tim Menzies, Tim Livingston, Freeman's, Ben Rochester Family, Hoppers, Goodman Revival, Johnny Minnick, Jeff and Sherry Easter, Kelly's. You tell us what you want. CD, thumb drive, which one? Until I say we're done. I'll go ahead and keep this. Whenever you go to realsoutherngospel.com and you click on the Donate Now button, and you can, I got the wrong, here we go. Tell us in the comments section which CD or thumb drive you want, and we will make that happen. They will send it to you, not us, but they will send it to you. Okay? And you can call us at 615-218-0517, 615-218-0517. And you can tell us, leave your name, and we will call you back. And Isaac will take your information on the donation. You can tell him which artist and CD or thumb drive that you want. And the artist, will mail that to you, okay? That's until I say stop. So not only will you get something free, but your money that you give is also going to be doubled on top of that. And we are $303 away from being done with March and 70% of the way done with February and 70% of the way done and into March. $303. Who will do that? Or a few of you just do, I don't know, $25, $50 increments until it's done. And on top of that, it's going to be matched by Jim Cumby up to $1,000. Let's end stronger than we've ever ended any Sharethon. There has been something special going on this afternoon, and I don't want to get in the way of it. I don't want to get in the way of it. So you mind the Lord like you've been doing, and he's been showing up, and some things have been going on, and I don't want to get in the way. So go to realsoutherngospel.com, hit the donate button, and do what the Lord tells you to do. It'll be multiplied. If you want a CD or a thumb drive from one of those artists, type in which artist and what you want. We'll get it done. Call 615-218-0517, 615-218-0517, and we will call you back and get you your information. And I'm going to show you some new products we have in the store that can bless us a little bit, and I think bless you. It's really top quality stuff, and I'm excited about it, especially the Decades shirts that we have in the store. But let's go ahead and play this for Miss Patty. Do we have greater vision for all he's done? Miss Patty, turn it up, be blessed. I love this song, love this group. Greater vision for all he's done. And he's done it all for you and for me.
Stephen is backstage. Shipshawana, so we're going to make our 4 o'clock as we can.
We'll do it.
More on the dot than we are with others.
Ernest Ward asking stop for a moment.
If I could get it.
One time $50 to help pay for some of March. Hey, Brother Les, this is Carl Collins down in Ocala, Florida. I'm related to Tim Collins, who did a marvelous job from up north, and a lot of them that appreciate him don't even know it. But I would like to donate one time $50 to help pay for some of March, for some of February. Thank you.
No, no. Well, I couldn't understand it, so I don't think they'll probably.
Hey, brother.
Huh? 50.
Coming back after this?
I'm not sure.
I'll go.
Get something ready.
Along with the theme, I'll just keep playing stuff that we haven't done yet. Owners better hurry up. Got that Perry song next.
Okay. Yep.
Carl left me a voicemail too.
Hey, folks. Yee-haw-hoo.
He said just use his Carl.
Okay, yeah, I put a note on that. Thank you, Brother Carl, if you're listening online. We'll thank you on the radio in a minute. Patty Graham says inspirationals of Texas were awesome at Shaping Clay Jubilee. You know it. Brother Hillbilly Gilly said, amen. Love the cathedrals when God's in it, and I believe he is. Les Butler, I'm so happy for your progress. Thank you, brother. Brother Gilly, thank you. Tim Mays enjoyed the segment with Dwayne Allen, was listening on the app. The cut with Ernie Housen's signature sound was soul stirring. Good stuff, buddy. Tim, love you, man. Isaac was talking about you a while ago, what kind of fine singer you are. And son, he is right about that. John Briggs, thanks for all you're doing for the gospel. Bless you. And hey to Tonya and Mike and Charlie Sexton. Love you, big. Brother Les, what you need? Okay.
They'll see it on Facebook.
Yep. Well, I'm doing it. Oh, so I'm not bringing him on the screen. Stephen A. there, phone call. Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, let me send him the link and say.
Well, I thought you did. I'd forwarded you that new link to you for that.
You haven't stopped since Luke.
What's the link? What link did I give you? What's it end with? Last three things.
WES?
Yeah, it's different. Here, I'll send it to you. See if he can do it. If he can't, it's okay.
We are simulcasting.
I'll be back. Got to get something to drink. Stephen A. Dare is going to be with us from the Mark Trammell Quartet at 4 o'clock, 6 minutes from now. We've got a presentation we're going to do. It's going to be good. Don't move. How much longer is it?
It's 2 minutes and 15 seconds. over on the other side.
Thank you, Brother Ernie. I got the town name right. Hallelujah. I don't get much right, so I'm going to consider that a victory and celebrate it. Thank you, Brother Ernie, for what you've done today. Blesses my soul. Thank you.
The song's for him, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Brother Ernie, here's your song. Hope you're enjoying it.
Here he is. On the roll.
Well, you know what I think about Kyla Faye Rowland. I consider her the greatest songwriter that touched me in a special way. I'll say it like that. And I got, you got Rebecca Peck, wow. Rodney Griffin, wow. Just, some special writers there. But Kyla Faye Rowland, my goodness. The anointing that just dripped off of her pen, shoo, was just powerful to me. And there you go, the Perrys for you, Brother Ernest Gorig Jr. God bless you, sir. Thank you for what you've done today. Now, okay, now we've slowed down the last few minutes. Let's not do that. We are $253 away, folks. Carl Collins called in and did a $50 pledge. That gets us $253 away from having all of February done, and 70% of March is already done with the monthly donors. And we've got matching funds to take us through the rest of the last 3 hours of our Sharethon. So everything that you do is going to be multiplied by 2. Let's not limp across the finish line. Let's bolt through it like we just won Olympic gold, or like we are ahead in winning Olympic gold. And here's how you can do it. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button and put in any amount you want. One time, monthly, doesn't matter. But right now, the critical thing to do is we got to nail this 253 down. As I have said a few times, let's eat this elephant one bite at a time. And this bite is a $253 bite. Maybe one of you that's listening will say, I got it. Getting you through February, going to get you 70% of the way through March. I got it. Let's do this. Maybe it's you. Maybe it could be split. Maybe a couple of you do. 100, what would that be? $125 each. One of you do 128 and it's done. You can do it by going to realsoutherngospel.com. Click on the Donate Now button. And by the way, we're going to give you a free CD or thumb drive. Mention what you want, a CD or thumb drive. If you know the artist from the list that I gave you, you can tell us that. If not, we'll choose one for you and send it to you. And they were all great. Or you can call us right now at 615-218-0517. Leave your number, or I'm sorry, you don't have to leave your number. We'll have your number. You can leave your name and we'll call you back. But right now, we got to eat this elephant, $253 elephant bite here. And then we are done with February and into March, 70% of the way done. And don't forget, my friend Jim Cumbie is going to multiply what you do times 2. So if you send in $50, it's $100. If you send in $500, it's $1,000. Up to $1,000. He's doing up to $1,000. And at this point, I didn't do this $50 here. Let me do this. He's got $570 more that he can do. $570 more than that he can do, and then your 1,000 that you've given is going to be 2,000. Did you hear that? Your 1,000 is going to be 2,000. What about that? It is time to call one Mr. Stephen Adair. Let me see if I've got my phone paired correctly. That's not what I need. I need this. I need that. And it is paired correctly. Here we go, Mr. Stephen Adair. Let's get her done. Here we go. do you have
Hello?
on the other side from this? Is this Stephen Adair?
It is.
This is Les Butler, Real Southern Gospel Radio. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm very well. How are you doing?
Doing good. Do you have a couple minutes? I know you're backstage getting ready to do some stuff with the quartet. Is this inconvenient or convenient?
No, this is perfect.
Okay. Well, very
It's
good.
perfect.
Well, listen, first off, we love the Mark Trammell Quartet. Love you. Love how you sound with them. And just, you guys are the
thank
real,
you.
real deal Southern Gospel Quartet the way it's supposed to be. And at the National Quartet Convention last month, I guess, we stopped by and gave you a number one certificate from Real Southern Gospel.
Yes.
Getting another number one song from our radio network. And congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate what you do for us, and you like the same music that we like to sing, so that's the perfect.
Yep. We're a good pair right there. Well, listen,
That's right.
You're not. You didn't have a strong enough signal to go online with us. I'm on Facebook and YouTube right now, as well as on the network, and I am. I've got the Quartet Man CD up here, the one that you had at NQC celebrating 50 years of ministry with Mark Trammell. I'm going to put it up on the screen so people can see it. And I'm going to do something here. I'm going to amend the front graphic that has a picture of Mark in the forefront, and then in the back front, it's got an old picture when he was with the cathedrals in the back front. But in between those two pictures, you can't see it now, but I'm doing it right now. I am putting the Real Southern Gospel Radio insignia on it, certifying it real Southern Gospel music.
That's fantastic.
It is certified.
Certifiable.
Yeah. Mark has been certifiable for years, but that's another story for a different day at a different time.
Yes.
But now you can tell him that this album is certified real Southern Gospel music.
Certified.
And we are glad to give that certification and put our insignia on it, and we are proud of that.
Thank you. I'll let him know. He'll love it.
So where are you all today? You're getting ready to sing where?
Yeah, we are in Shipshewana, Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
The Blue Gate Theater.
Well, that explains why you don't have any cell service, because I've been there many times. I've sung there many times, and you don't have cell service in Shipshewana.
No. I have to stay in one spot.
What you do have, though, are horses.
Yes, and plenty of them.
Yes, Amish country.
Yes.
Well, Stephen, I know you're busy, and so I will. I'll let you get back to Shipshewana and your horses and Mark Trammell and all the other stuff that's going on. And tell the boys I said keep it real Southern Gospel, and as long as that happens, you will always have a home here at Real Southern Gospel Radio.
Yes, sir. Les, let me tell you too, I appreciate what you're doing for our music. What you have going with Real Southern Gospel Radio is absolutely incredible. I listen to it all the time, so thank you for keeping this stuff alive.
My pleasure, Stephen. God bless you, sir.
All righty, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, what do you say we play something from that very album right now that we just certified real Southern Gospel? Mark Trammell Quartet. They're covering a Happy Goodman song, and they do a good job at it. Meet me over on the other side here on Real Southern Gospel Radio. Hey. Huh?
You look like me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've got a Mark Trammell hit.
Okay. We'll pull this off the old copier, if you would. On the other side, fear the raging water, face the storm. Be not afraid of the tossing billow. Over on. We have hit the map the last day or two. Pretty good.
So Mexico, I went to look and see
Oh. Can you hear him gently back? Meet me over on the other side.
Which Larry Petrie song did we get up?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Which one? I know. I don't know. There's so many, and there's
It's one from a group that
we
we haven't.
haven't done the glory in a long time. Good song. Do the glory.
Right after this? No, play something that you come back.
Yeah, I'll come back. Yeah. Well, you know who he sounded like right there? Darren A. Bear. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's good. Am I coming back now? Well, what was next? Petrie?
I got the
No, let me do it.
glory.
Okay. What do I have that I recorded that we'll do another one with him on Petrie that I've done with him? Mark Trammell, little testimony there. Good stuff. We just certified that album of his Quartet Man as real Southern gospel music. And it sure is, and he sure is. We're online on our Facebook Live with Les Facebook page. Also, YouTube, Real Southern Gospel channel. Hey to Brad Taylor, who just jumped on. Hey to Ernie Gorg and Brother Gilly and Tim Mays and John Briggs and Brother Mike and Sister Tonya, who's been on with us most of the last 2 days. Thankful for that. Well, I got this from my friend Larry Petrie, another one of those songwriters that you hear me talk about every day on the air. And when I do YouTube shows and Facebook shows, you hear me mention this man's name every day and what he means to me as a writer. I think he's a writer that comes from the most unusual place, and I mean that in the most positive of ways. It's just his songs are that kind of different, and they move me. And boy, I'm blessed that he loves what we're doing, and he just gave $100 donation. I want to throw that at him. Thank you, Brother Larry. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Now, we are $153 away from being done with February and 70% of the way done through March. And we've got matching funds. Brother Larry, by the way, that $100 really was $200, thanks to my friend Jim Cumby. And we have $470 more of his money to give away, so to speak, to match. And then we're even at that point. And your $1,000, he will add his $1,000 to it to turn it all into $2,000 for Real Southern Gospel Radio. And we are thankful to all who have been participating the last 2 days. Now it's slowed down the last, I'd say, hour. And I want to, you've heard me say this a few times. I don't want to limp across the finish line. I want to bolt across it. I want to get through March, through April, through May, through June. I want to just keep right on marching. Will you help us to do that? Here's how you can do it. 2 ways. And 2 things are going to happen when you do it. You're going to get your money doubled, and I want to give you a free CD or a thumb drive that we're going to mail to you, or the artist will mail to you. You just tell us what you want, CD or thumb drive, and we'll get them to mail it to you. RealSouthernGospel.com, click on the Donate Now button. There's a section there when you do it that tells you that you can communicate a message to me. Just type in what you want to say to me and tell us CD, thumb drive. If you have any other message about what Real Southern Gospel Radio means to you or anything else, type it in there, send it, and not only are you going to get the free CD or thumb drive, your money is double because of my friend Jim Cumbie. Just like Larry Petrie's $100, boom, $200, just like that. God bless you, Christopher Cox. Love you, my friend. He's on Facebook or YouTube, one of Facebook, yeah. Saying hey to him. So here's how you do it. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click on Donate Now or call 615-218-0517. 615-218-0517. I want to play a song that he wrote that the Freemans did that is just, man, what a song. I think it was number one on the Real Southern Gospel Radio chart. And then I'm going to follow that up with one that I've done that he's written. And I've recorded several. I don't know what we'll get, but we'll do one of them. And just give him a little shout out there. One of my all-time ever favorite writers, Larry Petrie. Wow. Thank you for that $100. RealSouthernGospel.com. Click Donate Now. Double your money. Jim Cumbie, thank you for doubling that. And you'll get a free CD or thumb drive. Or call now, 615-218-0517. If somebody would do $153 right now, we're done with February, 70% of the way done with March. Let's get this knocked out right now. Just do it while we play these couple songs, starting with the Freemans, The Glory, here on Real Southern Gospel Radio. What do I have? What's that one that I did of his that's on the ICU thing, the one that he wrote specifically for me? You don't know what? You don't know. Oh, hard for me to think with my brain where it is and hearing music. No. You don't know. Yeah, that's right. I don't know, but you don't know. What? Huh? Yeah. That's what I want.
Just go right into it.
No, give it back to me. You don't know. You got to write it down. Yeah. You just have no idea. My brain right now. You don't know. And after that, I want to pitch something else. Sing now. Compromised gospel, doctrines of devils. Write it, Larry. Perverting the scriptures. Larry. Man, Larry Petrie. Love it.
Somebody posted this truck and they said there's probably only 22 muffins in
Yes. Amen, Larry. Time to get serious. Yeah, man. Fall once again. What a song. What a song. The Glory. Written by Larry Petrie, recorded by the Freemans, former #1 song on the Real Southern Gospel Radio charts. Not everybody played that one. We sure did. Doctrines of Devils. Man, I heard that kind of talk, and I'm like, well, I got to play that. I'm almost afraid not to play it. Thank you, Larry. And I'm gonna sing one now that he wrote that I recorded, and I've done a bunch of his songs. And I'm working on something special, and I have yet to tell him what's going on. But I'm getting really close, Larry. And I don't know. I'm doing it because I do want it to bless you, and I know it will bless others. But that's all I want to say right now. But he wrote a song, "You Don't Know What a Blessing You Are to Me," and he did that when I got out of COVID and death's door, the whole story. I'm not going to go through it. You're sick of hearing me say it, but to God be the glory. The doctors were wrong, and here I am. But he wrote that and sent it to me and said, I don't know, this may be something that's kind of your story, and it is, and it was, and it is. And I said, I got to have that. And so I recorded it, and it's my wife and my son singing with me. So it's a family trio. What a blessing that was. That's never happened before. And so it's my family that's singing with me on this. And it is a true message. And I say that as we're doing this Sharethon, and you people are just giving and giving and blessing and on and on. And you prayed for me when I was in the hospital and dying and on oxygen and can't get out of bed, can't walk, and all the stuff, and couldn't work. And you prayed and blessed and gave even personally and on, man. It's just, I could be here the rest of the night going through all of that. But this song really, he wrote it, but he captured my heart when he wrote it. And my family's going to sing it for you right here. It's true. You simply don't know what a blessing you are. What you were, what you are right now to me. From the pen of Larry Petrie, turn it up. Be blessed with this. This may be your story too. People that have blessed you throughout your life. Think about them as you're listening to this song here on Real Southern Gospel Radio. I'm going to tell folks we're going to grab a bite to eat, and then we'll be back. Folks, I'm going to go off of Facebook now and keep listening. Turn the radio up. Be blessed. Listen. But I'm going to go off of Facebook and YouTube right now. We're going to end this song. I want to say a few words. We're going to go grab a bite to eat here and then come right back and finish strong the last couple of hours. Thanks for being with us. We'll probably come back on toward the end of our Sharethon here in just a little bit.